Parliament embraces virtual vetting. A major technological and procedural shift has occurred within the Parliament of Uganda during the evaluation of ministerial nominees. According to a report by George Asimwe for James Reports titled Mao Vetted via Zoom from London, Democratic Party President General Norbert Mao was successfully vetted for his reappointment as Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs through virtual Zoom session. So key details from the report highlight the following. The justification: Minister Mao informed the Appointments Committee that he was physically out of the country in London due to prior travel commitments, but he indicated his full availability to participate electronically. The standards: despite the remote format, sources familiar with the process noted that committee members subjected Mao to the exact same rigorous questions and vetting standards applied to nominees who appeared physically before Parliament. In the broader context, the technological milestone occurred during a highly active session where the Appointment Committee under Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa processed the vast majority of cabinet nominees, approving 80 out of 82 individuals while leaving one pending and referring another back to the appointing authority. The report concludes that this development underscores Parliament's increasing adoption of technology in conducting official business, specifically providing flexibility when nominees are physically unavailable but remain completely accessible for legislative questioning. So can the Mao president help Janeth Museveni? Technically and procedurally, the Mao president establishes a clear administrative blueprint that could legally allow the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janeth Museveni, be vetted via Zoom. Because the Appointments Committee has already officialized remote evaluation, our team has a strong framework to argue for digital parity. However, applying this precedent to our situation has run into a severe political and operational wall for several distinct reasons: the political backlash and accountability gap. Unlike the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Education and Sport is currently under heavy fire over controversial public issues like skyrocketing school fees and teacher welfare. Committee members, partially from the opposition, have argued that allowing a high-profile minister to shield herself behind a screen evades direct face-to-face accountability. Now, there is also denied access and the stalled status. Because of the pushback, the committee ultimately drew a hard line and denied the First Lady the option to use the Zoom link, causing her to miss her scheduled evaluation slot. This refusal is the exact reason she remains the one nominee whose approval is officially pending and stalled. Now, the current strategy: despite the initial rejection, our team is actively pushing behind the scenes to leverage the Mao precedent before the final cabinet report is sealed. They are pointing out the institutional inconsistency of granting virtual access to one minister while denying to it to another, aiming to pressure leadership into recalling a closed-door special committee session. Now, in summary, while the Mao president provides the perfect technical excuse, political optics and demands for transparency are blocked it. Unless the ongoing insider push successfully forces a special parliamentary compromise, the president alone will not save her from having to appear physically to secure her confirmation.